Hi, welcome. On this video, I'd like to take just a minute to talk about the secret of success when it comes to adopting a dog from a shelter or a rescue situation. And one thing to really consider, really try to stay focused on, is the fact that dogs are relational beings. And what that translates into is this type of connection that they share with us is very profound, it's very deep. So they're able to get a very clear picture as to how people think. And one thing that's extremely problematic for people is when they're rescuing a dog, is to see the dog within the context of being abused or being in a bad situation. And don't get me wrong, dogs, can come from really bad situations, and and it's part of our human thinking is to be empathetic, and that's a good thing. However, when it comes to how dogs, the type of connection dogs share with us, and what that translates into through that type of emotional thinking, is it will create a situation which is very problematic when it comes to fulfilling a dog's relational needs through leadership. Because what I show is that dogs are able to get a very clear picture as to how we're thinking, how we're connecting at that level. And so when you're thinking about, in that type of emotional type of a way, it really will set things up to create a vacuum within the leadership role. So what can happen is, when you're thinking that way and you're bringing a dog into your home, and you're thinking about the dog's past that way, it will oftentimes set up the scenario so that it will appear as if that is the very problem why you can't resolve behavior issues, or you're struggling with a behavior problem. It's because of what's happening in the here and now. And then you'll be thinking it's from the past, when in reality, it's not from the past. What's happened is you're thinking for the dog. You're projecting that onto the dog, and you're actually creating that scenario. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, so to speak. And it's because what I show is dogs don't relate that way. They don't think that way. However, the thinking patterns of the person will play into that and create that type of nightmare scenario, and you'll be thinking it is the past when it's really how you're thinking in the present. So really important to not bring that baggage in. Dogs, even though dogs come from very bad situations, and at the physical level where they're suffering from abuse or trauma, they don't relate that way. Nature is about the here and now. It's about strength and weakness, and it's about how that translates into human thinking. And so it's very important to reconcile that baggage, not to bring that in, to really focus more on fulfilling the leadership role. It's very, very important. And so it's not about being aggressive with the dog when you're fulfilling that role. It's about right relationship. So the best path to healing, if you want to really heal a dog, is to focus on meeting a dog's relational needs at the leadership level. That's really the best thing you can do for a dog coming from a bad situation. That dogs are nature represents the whole. It's mind and body. So it's not just body. If you focus on the body and you start to project, that's when problems really start. So this is a very common issue. So I'd really encourage you, if you're adopting a dog, to really don't do that. Leave that past where it is, and just focus on right relationship through leadership. That's really critical. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day.